My name is Vivek Kumar Verma. I am an assistant professor in EN department of ABS Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I will teach you the topic logical and control instructions in a subject microprocessor and microcontroller having subject code KEE 602. So we will discuss logical instructions, then we will discuss control instructions. So in logical instructions we will see instructions for compare, we will see instruction for ending, instruction for oring, instruction for XORing, and after that we will see control instructions. Control instructions are those instructions by which we can control certain operations of microprocessor. So let's see these instructions one by one. So first instruction is compare instructions. So compare instructions, if we discuss compare instruction basically uh, uh, have written in this manner: compare with source. Here source can be either register, or it can be memory, or it can be immediate data. Immediate data. Now, what about the destination? Here, the destination is always accumulator. Destination is always accumulator. Okay. Now we will see what the compare instruction will do. Basically, compare will compare destination from source. Okay. How it compare? If the destination, that is accumulator, and source, which can be register or memory or immediate data, it will compare if a a is less than source, means value of accumulator is less than source. In this case, carry flag equal to 1 and 0 flag will be 0. If accumulator equal to source, accumulator equal to source, then in this case carry flag will be 0 and 0 flag equal to 1. This is the first case, this is the second case, and in third case, if accumulator greater than source, then carry flag will be 0 as well as 0 flag will be 0. Now, depending upon this, we have three instructions in compare. One is compare with register, compare with memory, and compare with data. I will told you that source can be register, source can be memory, and source can be immediate data, and the destination will be accumulator. And there will be three cases depending upon whether accumulator is less than source, or equal to source, or greater than source. If less than source, then carry flag equal to 1 and 0 flag will be 0. If a equal to source, then carry flag equal to 0, 0 flag equal to 1. If carry flag equal to, if a greater than source, then carry flag equal to 0, z equal to 0. Now, the question is that how the flags are affected. Basically, internally it will do a minus source, a minus source, and after if after after subtracting source from accumulator, if source has a less value, means accumulator is greater than source, in this case we know that carry flag will be not 0, not 0 flag equal to 0. And if source is greater than accumulator, so that's in this case the carry flag will be 1, 0 flag will be 0. If accumulator equal to source, then the result will be 0, and in this case 0 flag equal to 1. But when we this subtraction is done internally, but neither neither the content of A is changed and neither the content of source will be changed. It will remain unchanged. Means after compare content content of accumulator and source source remain unchanged. Remain unchanged. ठीक है. After compare content of A and source remain unchanged. So this will basically use whenever we want to compare any source data with the destination, then we can move one data to accumulator and other data can be in register, memory or metadata. So depending upon the result, or we can say depending upon the status of the flags, uh, it can take decision. Now now logical instructions. So for logical we have three type of operation: either ending, XORing or ORing. So again in all three instructions, one data will be in the accumulator and other data can be in either register, memory or immediate data. So in the case of ending, or we can say ending, we have three instruction: ANA, ANA R, ANA M, ANI immediate data. Okay, means here the one data in accumulator and other data will be either in register, memory or immediate data. So what it will do, for example, if I take ANA B, it means we will do ending of A with the content of B, means we do ending means we will do one by one bit ending of A with the content of B. For example, if A has a value of 0.3 and B has a value of 0.2, what will the result of ending? So if I show here, so 3 means 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 and 2 means 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. If I take one by one bit ending, so 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So after ending, the result will goes to accumulator. Means the A ending with source, this is ending A ending with source, and the result will goes to accumulator. So we have three instruction: ANAR, ANAM, ANI data. Okay. Now in the same manner, we have three instruction for XORing, XORing instructions. XORing we have three instruction: XRA register, XRA memory, XRI data. So here, if you know the addressing mode, then there is no need to learn each and every instruction, because for ending you must know we use instruction ANA, and for XORing we use XRA. Okay. But in the case of immediate data, we will use ANI, and for XORing it will be XRI. So instead of cramming all the six instructions, you have to read only you have to remind, or we can say recall only two instructions: ANA or XRA. Okay. So in this way, you can learn six instruction, three for ending and three for XORing. Again, in XORing, one data will be in the source, one data in the accumulator, and other data will either in the register, or in the memory, or it will be immediate data, means XORing with the source. Okay, and the result will be go to the always accumulator. Here source can be either register, either memory, or data. Now, in the same manner, we have a instruction for XORing. Sorry, ORing. So, in the case of ORing, again there are three cases, and instruction for ORing is ORA. ORA. The source can be in the register. The source can be in the memory. Source can be in the can be immediate data. Okay, so it will do one by one bit ORing of a destination with the source. For example, A ORing with the data of source, and the result will goes to accumulator. Okay, the source can be either register, either memory, or it can be immediate data. Okay, so if we take an example, for example, if I write ORA B, it means if a content of accumulator is 3 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1, and content of B is equal to 0 0 0 0 all 1, for example. Okay, then what will be the ORing? 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 0 0, and this result will be in the accumulator. So you can see that the till now whatever the instructions we had learned about comparing, about ending, XORing, and ORing. Total we have learned how much instruction? Uh, 3, 3, 9, 9 plus 3, 12. But if you know the basic instruction, like for compare, you know the basic instruction CMP, and for ending ANA, for XORing XRA, and for ORing or ORA. So you have to learn only 4 instructions rather than 12 instructions if you know the addressing mode. Now, after that, we have rotate instructions. We have rotate instruction. So first, in rotate instruction, in rotate instruction, we have we have 4 instructions. 4 instructions. One is RAL, other is RAR, other is RLC, and last one is RRC. Okay, so we'll discuss one by one bit, one by one instruction, and also their explanation. First, we will see RAL. Okay, RAL, RAL. This is rotate the content of accumulator. Now you will see here this type of addressing mode in this instruction. Basically, operand is the part of instruction, so it is a case of all these 4 instructions are a case of implicit addressing mode. Implicit addressing mode. Now we'll discuss what this RAL will do. It will rotate. It will rotate content of accumulator one by one bit to the left in such a manner that this is D7 bit and this is D0 bit. This is a content of accumulator, basically accumulator. How it will rotate? It will move the D7 bit to the content of carry flag, and content of carry flag will move to the D0 bit. Okay, and D0 bit move to the D1, D11 move to the D2, and in the same manner D6 will move to the D7, and D7 move to the carry flag, and the content of previous carry flag will move to the D0 bit. So it will rotating in such a manner. Okay. Now Another instruction is RAR. So by this instruction RAL, we are moving data left one by one bit in such a manner. D7 goes to carry flag goes to D0, D0 previous D0 bit go to D1, D1 goes to D2, D2 goes to C3, so on. Now in RAR, the opposite work will be done. Again, it will rotate the content of accumulator one by rotate the content of accumulator by one bit. This is D7, this is D6 up to D0. D0. How it will rotate? It will rotate content of D7 to D6, D6 to D5, and the content of D1 to D0, and the content of D0 goes to carry flag, and the content of previous carry flag go to D7 bit, and D7 goes to D6, D6 go to D5, so on. So this instruction will rotate through rotate the bit right through carry bit. It will rotate the content of accumulator left one by one bit through carry flag. Now we will see other two instructions that are RLC and RRC. So RLC, first we will discuss RLC. RLC is again rotate the content of accumulator by one bit. How it will rotate? For example, it is D7 bit, this is D6, and so on up to D0. So it will rotate in such a manner: D7 goes to D6, D5 goes to D6, and D7 goes to D0, as well as D7 goes also to carry flag. Okay, so here the rotation is not through carry, but D7 goes to both. It goes to D0 as well as carry flag, and previous D0 goes to D1, D1 goes to D2, so on. D6 goes to D7, and D7 again goes to D0, D0, and D0 as well as carry flag. So you will see in RL it is through carry flag. Now it is not through carry flag. It will move the D7 carry flag as well as D0. Okay, rotation in such a manner. Now this RAL and RLC is both rotating the content of accumulator left by one bit, one through carry flag and one in such a manner. Means D7 goes to carry flag, and it also goes to D0, D0 goes to D1, D1 goes to D2, so on, and D6 goes to D7. Now we will see the RRC. RRC. This will rotate the content of accumulator to the right by one bit. How? You will see here the content of accumulator is from D7 to D0. The D0 D7 goes to D6, D6 goes to D5, and the content of D0 will move to the D7 as well as it will move to the carry flag. Okay, so now we will summarize it all the four instructions. We have two instructions for rotating left. One is through carry, one is without through carry, and two instructions for right, rotating right content of accumulator by one bit. That is, one is RAR and another is RRC. RAR is rotating through carry flag, and RRC in such a manner D0 goes to D7, D7 goes to D5, so on, and D0 goes to carry flag as well as D7. Now this is all about the rotate instructions. We will see one program where we will use the rotate instructions. So surely you can understand their applications in some time of some examples also. Okay. Now we will see some more instructions. One is CMA. CMA is a complement the content of accumulator. What it will do? It will complement the content of accumulator, means once complement, and save the result back to the accumulator. For example, if we talk about this, we have content of accumulator. For example, we have 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 1. Okay, so if we write CMA, but it will do one's complement of content of accumulator, means 1 it will be 0, it is 0, it is 1 0, and rest bit 1 1 1. So after when if content of A is this initially, and when we do CMA, the content of accumulator will be one's complement of accumulator. Now it is a content of accumulator after CMA. Okay. Next instruction is CMC. CMC means complement the carry flag. So here the carry flag is complemented. So this instruction CMC, but it will complement the content of carry flag and move this value again to carry flag. For example, if C by has a value 0, then after CMC it will be 1. If it is 1, then it will be 0. Now we had discussed the logical instructions. So we will summarize it. We had seen compare instructions. We have seen ANDing instruction, ORing, XORing, and after that we have seen rotate instruction, RAL, RAR, RRC, RLC. After that we had seen the instruction for complementing the content of accumulator, that is CMA, and we also had seen the instruction CMC, which will do complement of carry flag. Now we will see control instruction. These are all called these instruction. It will do the machine controlling. Okay, so now as the name suggests, this instruction means no operation. No operation. What does it mean? Means this instruction does not perform any action. Then why this instruction is used in the microprocessor? Because it will only base the time of the microprocessor. यानी ये माइक्रोप्रोसेसर का टाइम वेस्ट करता है. कहाँ इसको यूज करते हैं? जब हमें डिले निकालते हैं तो वहां पर इस इंस्ट्रक्शन को मशीन साइकिल वेस्ट करने के लिए यूज किया जाता है. ठीक है, और इसका कोई भी एप्लीकेशन वैसे नहीं है. इट इज हैविंग वन बाइट इंस्ट्रक्शन, वन मशीन साइकिल एंड 4 टी स्टेट. तो जहां भी आपको चार टी स्टेट वेस्ट करना है तो वहां हम नॉप इंस्ट्रक्शन का यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, आफ्टर दैट दिस इज a halt instruction. Whenever we write a program, at the end of the program we write a halt. Halt means what the halt do? When we write halt and when this instruction executed, the microprocessor enter into halt acknowledge machine cycle. Okay, and bait states are inserted in every clock period. Okay, mean microprocessor will stop and it will insert a bait state in every clock period. Now if you want to make processor out of this condition in a out of halt condition, for this we required either interrupt pin, either interrupt और reset. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका कि अगर कहीं पे भी अगर halt सिस्टम आपने इंस्ट्रक्शन लिख दिया है तो प्रोसेसर वहीं रुक जाएगा और वहां रुका रहेगा. अगर आप उसको बाहर निकालना है तो या तो आप इंटरप्ट अप्लाई करेंगे या रीसेट अप्लाई करेंगे, तब आपका प्रोसेसर जो है वो हॉल्ट स्टेट से बाहर निकल जाएगा. ठीक है. नाउ आफ्टर दैट we will see the instructions which are used solely for the interrupt. So for interrupt, because we have one topic that I have to discuss in future lecture, that is interrupt. So for interrupt we have 4 instructions. We have 4 instructions. For interrupt we have 4 instructions. 4 instructions. ठीक है. We have 4 instructions. What are these instructions? EI, second is DI, third one is SIM, and fourth one is RIM. These are 4 instructions that are directly used for interrupt. EI means interrupt never whenever this EI whenever we write EI, what it will do, it will enable interrupt enable flip flop. So whenever EI is written and it is decoded by processor, then it will it will enable the interrupt enable flip flop, and all interrupts are enable. यानी आपकी जब भी हम EI लिखेंगे तो प्रोसेसर क्या करेगा, जितनी भी इंटरप्ट है उनको इनेबल कर देगा। ठीक है, तो ये मास्टर कंट्रोल है। जब तक आप ये नहीं लिखेंगे तब तक आपकी सारी इंटरप्ट है वो डिसेबल रहेंगी। ठीक है, अगर आप इंटरप्ट का यूज करना चाहते हैं अपने प्रोग्राम में तो सबसे पहले EI लिखना पड़ेगा। ठीक है, एक टी स्टेट एक बाइट की इंस्ट्रक्शन है, it will take one machine cycle and 4 T state. Okay, in the same manner, whenever you want to disable all the interrupt by only by one instructions, आप चाहते हैं कोई भी इंटरप्ट, अभी हमें नहीं मालूम कि कौन सी इंटरप्ट इनेबल है डिसेबल है, मैं चाहता हूं एक ही इंस्ट्रक्शन से सारी इंटरप्ट को डिसेबल कर पाऊं, then we have to write DI, but it will disable all the interrupt enabled, जो भी इंटरप्ट इनेबल्ड है ट्रैप को छोड़ के, क्योंकि ट्रैप एक क्या है, ट्रैप जो इंटरप्ट है उसको हम नहीं कर सकते हैं, लेकिन बाकी जितनी इंटरप्ट है RST 5.5, RST 6.5, RST 7.5, INTR, उस सारी इंटरप्ट को हम एक ही इंस्ट्रक्शन से डिसेबल कर सकते हैं, दैट इज DI। नाउ वी विल सी द अदर इंस्ट्रक्शन, दैट इज SIM इंस्ट्रक्शन। SIM इंस्ट्रक्शन इज कॉल्ड set interrupt mask. So it is a 8-bit instruction and each bit have some meanings. Okay, it will do two operations. One is one to mask individual interrupts, such as RST 5.5, RST 6.5, RST 7.5. This is one work, means it can individually mask or unmask the corresponding interrupts. Second work is to enable a serial communication. Serial communication. Okay, because we all know that in our processor we have two pin for sending the serial data one by one bit, that is SOD, and we have one line dedicated to input the serial data one by one bit, that is SID. SOD means serial output data, and this is serial input data. यानी ये दो लाइन है जिनके थ्रू मैं डाटा सीरियली ले सकता हूं वन बाय वन बिट SOD के थ्रू, और SID पिन के थ्रू मैं वन बाय वन बिट सीरियली बाहर दे सकता हूं। तो this SIM instruction will do two work. One, it can individually mask these instruction as well as it can enable the serial communication. So first of all, we will see the last two bit, that is SD and SOD. SD is serial data enable. So whenever we write 1 on this, your serial communication will enable. Okay, will enable. Now by writing on this pin SOD, for example, if I write if I make SD equal to 1, okay, then serial communication is enabled. Now if I write SOD equal to 1, what will happen? We have microprocessor which have SOD pin. So when we write 1, it means 1 will be go outside this pin. If I write 0, then 0 will be go outside from this pin. Okay, it means the data that we want to send one by one bit to the outside the processor. For this we have to write on this bit location. Means अगर हमको बाहर वन बाय वन बिट डाटा भेजना है तो मुझे यहाँ लिखेंगे और ऑटोमेटिकली इस पिन से बाहर निकल जाएगा। अगर 1 लिखा तो 1 निकल जाएगा, 0 लिखा तो 0 निकल जाएगा। इस तरीके से मैं जो भी लिखता रहूंगा वो डाटा मेरा बाहर जाता रहेगा। ठीक है, तो ये दो बिट हमारी इसलिए है। नाउ वी विल सी रेस्ट ऑफ बिट्स। जो मेरी D5 बिट है, ये D5 है, ये मेरी D6 है, ये मेरी D7 है, ये D4 है, ये D3 है, ये D2 है, ये D1 है, ये आपका D0 है। दिस इज बेसिकली मास्क सेट इनेबल। एक्चुअली इन तीनों का जो मास्टर कंट्रोल है वो ये है। अगर हम चाहते हैं कि इंडिविजुअली तीनों इंटरप्ट को मास्क कर सके, किसी को मास्क करना है, मास्क मीन्स मुझे डिसेबल करना, अनमास्क मीन्स डिसेबल नहीं करना, तो हमें एक ये मास्टर कंट्रोल जब तक इसे वन नहीं करेंगे तब तक आप इंडिविजुअल इंटरप्ट को मास्क नहीं कर सकते हैं। 7.5 किसके लिए है? RST 7.5 के लिए। 6.5 किसके लिए है? इसके लिए है। M5.5 किसके लिए? इसके लिए है। यानी ये तीन बिट इन तीनों के लिए मास्क है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हमने यहाँ 1 कर दिया एंड इफ आई मेक दिस पिन इज 1, इट मीन्स योर RST 7.5 इज मास्क। मास्क का मतलब है कि अगर आप इस पिन पर आप इंटरप्ट दोगे तो प्रोसेसर इसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि आपने इसे मास्क कर दिया है। ठीक है, मीन्स अगर आपने इनको जीरो कर दिया, इसको जीरो कर दिया, इट मीन्स योर RST 7.5 पॉइंट इज मास्क। ओके, इज मास्क। इन द सेम मैनर अगर मैं 5.5 को 1 करूंगा, इसको जीरो, तो मेरी RST 5.5 मास्क हो जाएगी। ठीक है, लेकिन ये मास्टर कंट्रोल है, यानी आपको इंडिविजुअल कंट्रोल चाहिए तो यू हैव टू मेक दिस बिट 1। ओके, now we have extra control for RST 7.5. This is extra control, yani if you want to make reset this pin RS 7.5, then you have to write 1, then the corresponding 7.5 will be reset. Okay, so this is extra bit for RST 7.5, and these three are for masking individually RST 7.5 or RST 6.5 or RST 5.5. Okay, now in the same manner we have an instruction rim. Rim is read interrupt mask. For example, I don't know which interrupt is masked or unmasked, and I want to see their status. So this rim work two things. First, it will check, देखिए three works it will do. First, it will check individual masking, status of individual masking, एक तो काम इसका ये है कि करस्पॉन्डिंग जो हमारी इंटरप्ट है वो मास्क है कि नहीं है वो देखना। सेकंड वन, कि अगर मान लीजिए कोई इंटरप्ट चल रही है, कोई किसी की सर्विस चल रही है, तो मुझे कैसे मालूम चले कि इसकी सर्विस चल रही है कि नहीं चल रही है? तो वन इज टू सी द पेंडिंग रिक्वेस्ट, यानी जो रिक्वेस्ट पेंडिंग में है और चल रही है। ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं ये दो तो काम ये हो गए, और तीसरा काम क्या है? टू इनपुट सीरियल डाटा। ओके, तो पहले इसका देखते हैं कि इट विल चेक द स्टेटस ऑफ इंडिविजुअल मास्किंग। फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप सपोज करिए मैं यहाँ पे मिलता है 010, अगर इसको हम रीड इंटरप्ट मास्क है, इसको रीड करते हैं, जब भी रिम करेंगे तो रिम करने पर आपके एक्यूमुलेटर में जो है कंटेंट जो है ये पूरा कॉपी हो जाएगा इसमें। ठीक है, अब एक्यूमुलेटर में अगर हम देखते हैं, मान लीजिए हमें मिलता है 010 इस पोजीशन पर, इसका मतलब है कि आपकी जो, अगर ऐसा मिलता है इसका मतलब है कि आपकी जो RST 6.5 है वो क्या है? मास्क है। ओके, RST 6.5 क्या है? मास्क है। ठीक है, तो किसी भी इंटरप्ट का स्टेटस चेक करना कि मास्क है या अनमास्क है तो इसे चेक कर सकते हैं, इसलिए इसका नाम क्या है? रीड इंटरप्ट मास्क। इसका नाम क्या है? रीड इंटरप्ट मास्क। और पहले वाले क्या नाम था? सेट इंटरप्ट मास्क। ठीक है, सिम का मतलब सेट इंटरप्ट मास्क। ठीक है, अब ये काम है एज वेल एज कि इंटरप्ट इनेबल, जो इनेबल फ्लैग है ना, कि हमारी इंटरप्ट इनेबल है कि नहीं है, क्योंकि मैंने कहा था कि एक EI को हमें लिखना पड़ता स्टार्टिंग में, तभी सारी इंटरप्ट इनेबल होती हैं। ठीक है, अदरवाइज रिम सिम का कोई मतलब नहीं। तो EI को जब 1 करेंगे तो हमारी जो इंटरप्ट इनेबल फ्लिप फ्लॉप है वो इनेबल हो जाता है। वो इनेबल है कि नहीं है वो इससे चेक किया जाता है। अगर यहाँ 1 मिलता है इसका मतलब है कि मेरा इंटरप्ट इनेबल फ्लिप फ्लॉप जो है वो इनेबल है। ठीक है, और ये जो तीन बिट्स हैं I5.5, 6.5, 7.5, these are used to check the interrupt pending, यानी इंटरप्ट चल रही है उसको चेक करना है तो अगर यहाँ 1 मिलता फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई गॉट this is 0, this is 1, this is 1, sorry, g 0, this is 0, this is 1. It means RST 5 point is pending. RST 5 point is pending. ठीक है. एंड लास्ट इज अ बिट, यानी आप जब भी आप माइक्रो प्रोसेसर को एसआईडी पिन पर डाटा दोगे, मान लीजिए मैंने 1 दिया, तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये 1 जो है कहाँ जाएगा, इस पोजीशन पर राइट हो जाएगा. अगर आपने 0 दिया तो 0 यहाँ राइट हो जाएगा. तो बाय रीडिंग दिस बिट वी कैन रीड द स्टेटस ऑफ दिस पिन. यानी हमें इस पिन का स्टेटस जानना है तो इसको हमें रीड करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. इसे अगर यहाँ 1 भेजेंगे पिन के थ्रू 1 आएगा तो यहाँ पे 1 लिख जाएगा, अगर 0 देंगे तो यहाँ 0 लिख जाएगा. तो इस तरीके से हम जो सीरियल इनपुट पिन पे जो डाटा आ रहा है वो इस बिट से हम उस चीज को पढ़ सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो वी हैव 4 इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉर इंटरप्ट: EI, DI, SIM एंड RIM. ओके. तो जब हम इंटरप्ट बताएंगे आपको, वेन एवर वी डिस्कस इंटरप्ट इन द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर्स, future lectures, then again we will see the use of these instructions, okay, along with the theory of interrupts. From my side, this lecture is complete. Thank you.